Oh. Okay. Sorry. The starting soon screen is also used as a last-minute emergency preparation screen. And that's definitely what it was being used for today. Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today is Sunday, December 11th, 2022, which makes it Production Day. What do we have going on for Production Day? We have one long-form YouTube video to record, as well as 6 reactions. What we're going to be doing is in this following order. We'll be checking out High on Life, which releases on the 13th, Tuesday. We'll also be checking out AKA, which releases on 14th on Wednesday. Wild Hearts, which releases next year in February. Then we'll record the raw footage for my most memorable games of 2022. We'll check out Infinite Guitars, which also releases on the 13th on Tuesday. We'll be checking out a game called Synced, which just went into open beta and is open beta until January 15th. And then a game called Blacktail, which releases on Thursday, December 15th. So, that's the game plan. We'll also be playing Stream Raiders alongside everything. Whew. It's been a crazy week, everybody, because, like, work, right? You know, normal work stuff. And then the kid had a whole bunch of extra stuff this week. And then we got 2 feet of snow between Tuesday and Wednesday. So, like, we got 1.5 feet on Tuesday. And then I, like, cleaned all of it up on as much as I could, and then it kept snowing, so I had to clean up more on Wednesday, and now it is dumping snow again. We're supposed to get somewhere between 9 to 18 inches. It's great, isn't it? It's just a fantastic place to live. I love it here, I really do, but this sucks. This is an uncharacteristic amount of snow. Normally we'd get, you know, a few inches here, a few inches there, you know, maybe like 1 to 3 inches a week-ish, maybe, and even then that's on like a higher end consistent amount of downfall, and it's dumping feet at a time right now. Feet and feet and feet of it, to the point that Alaskan schools don't normally close. They closed schools 3 days in a row last week, and they sent out a message that was like, hey, if it looks even mildly shit on Monday, the kids aren't going to be in school on Monday, at least. Because the road crews and everyone were just starting to get caught up today, and because they're just now starting to get caught up, and now it's going to dump another 1 to 2 feet, they're like, fuck it. So yeah, it's a great fun time. So we had to go do like a bunch of emergency grocery shopping because we needed groceries and stuff. So we were like, we better go out before, like, if we get snowed in or whatever, let's just load up. So got all that done. And then, of course, you know, just normal stuff, work and streaming and trying to get YouTube videos edited and stuff. If you do !forget, you can check out the YouTube video that just went live today, our most forgettable games of 2022. I was emergency editing that video yesterday and this morning because it's been such a crazy week that I did not have as much time as I normally do to get that editing done earlier, which is why that video also went out later today. My videos normally go live at 9 a.m. Alaska time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That video went live at 1 p.m. Alaska time or 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's fine. It's fine. Still rocking those daily videos. And we're going to be doing some recording today to rock some more daily videos. So hello, everyone. Hello, Athena. Hello, Cerulean. Hello, Eve. Well, I agree with most of your plays. This is one I will never understand. The opening song? I have never actually found an opening song that I am truly happy with. And I don't know if I will. I need a song that's 5 minutes long or very close to it. That is one of the songs from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I definitely like how it starts calmer and builds up energy. I feel like that has a good play. It does have a couple of weird sections in it, in just a general sense. I'm not entirely happy with that opening song either, but I'm happier with it than I have for some of my other opening songs that I've used in the past. But searching out 5-minute long songs that are able to be used on stream, that fit that time length and have the style and energy I want, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Grease and Signalis. I think Grease might be on the memorable list. Signalis is not. Signalis is on one of the other lists. Each of the following weeks we'll be doing a long, well, actually, for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing one long-form video that we'll be recording the raw footage for. The next handful of weeks will be my game and review videos. The good, the bad, the ugly, the memorable, and the forgettable. Last week we did the forgettable. Today we'll be doing the memorable, and next week we'll be doing the ugly, followed by the bad, and then the good. So, I think Greece is here on the memorable list, but I believe Signalist is on the good list. I will never understand Americans in school closing. What do you mean, Eve? We're sitting comfortable at 5 feet right now, though most is going to melt. Well, Alaskans, the schools don't normally close. But we got so much so quickly that people were getting stuck everywhere. Like, vehicles were just blocking roads. People couldn't get out of driveways. It wasn't safe for the buses to run or for people to try to get their kids to school because we got too much too quickly. Most of the time, Alaskan schools, like, they don't care if it's 20 below zero and there's 2 feet of snow. If the roads are, like, able to be driven on, then they're like, fuck it, you're going to school. Get the fuck out there. You're fine. So, this is just very, very unique circumstances. Stock up before the shelves are potentially barren. They're already looking rough, depending on what you're looking for. DG, hello. Welcome in, friend. It got worse. It's just still going, is really what it is, El Canadiano. We got 2 feet a couple of days ago when we finally started to get all that cleaned up, and now we got another foot or more coming down right now. Which, also, as a note, on the stream on Tuesday, we were late for because I lost power. So there's a chance, just a chance, that if the stream goes down, there's a chance that it's because I lost power. Just like a general note. That could be what it is. All right. So that establishes what we're doing today. I knew I forgot something. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. There we go. I needed my standing pad. Things are going well otherwise, El Canadiano. And outside of the annoyance of having to clean it up and stuff, like, I don't actually, like, the snow is an inconvenience more than anything. Work with me, camera. Sorry, everybody. I was too tall and the lanterns weren't centered correctly, and what it actually probably is, Eve, is that you probably have, well, I know for absolute certain that this is what the difference is. Your government is, I don't want to say better funded because we have fucking shitloads of money going into our government, but your government allocates that money better, so you probably have more money allocated to street crews and stuff like that, whereas our government, to save money, has been cutting back on maintenance crews and stuff like that. So they don't have enough drivers or enough, well, they have enough trucks. They don't have enough drivers to put in those trucks to have the response time that would be necessary to prevent those things. Because this is a more recent issue, mostly just because we've lost so much of our municipal and state workers because they are all trying to save money. And the easiest spot to save money is to cut labor. Because in the last 6 years, state and municipal governments have reduced their staff by about 50%. By about 50%. All right, Stream Raiders is up, everybody. Place your units. Because our crews are the same. Like, basically as soon as it starts snowing, they start driving, right? And they just kind of don't stop. They'll do 20, 24-hour days, no problem, and they'll just keep going and keep clearing and stuff. There's just not as many of them as there used to be. And that's problematic for dealing with these kind of issues. All right, let's get stuff open and going. All right, everybody. So what we're going to be moving into now is we're going to be moving into recording some YouTube videos. We're going to be starting with a handful of reactions. We do these reactions and just these videos in general live on stream because it makes for a more interactive and dynamic experience, both for myself as the content creator, as well as people that will be watching this later on YouTube. The way that the reactions work is that I will read an intro off of my head, and then we will check out the trailer, and then we'll talk about the trailer, and then when it feels like the conversation is starting to wrap up, or it's just time to go, I'll read an outro off my head. We'll make faces. Face gets used in the thumbnail, rinse and repeat. We have 6 reactions we're going to do, and then I'll also talk about how we will do the memorable games of 2022 when we get there. Well, that looks like shit. Slightly better. Slightly more legible. Would snow removal be a state thing or a municipal thing in your area? It's both, El Canadiano. It just really depends on the street. Some streets, even inside the city, are state streets, and so the state snow removal crews are responsible for them, and then some other streets are municipal crews, and then so it's up to the city's municipality workers to remove the snow off of those streets. I don't know which ones are which, or like our neighborhood, like where our driveway is probably municipal, but the street where we pull out from to go to, like, you know, anywhere else in the city, that's probably state, but I don't actually know. Brevis a very controversial cut as well, cutting our FHI, which is the People's Health Institute. Is that involving healthcare? Health? I'm good at speaking words. Healthcare. Yes, my birthday is January 1st, 1909. I assure you. Healthcare hasn't been funded very well here. Yeah. So the kids that get RSV flu are getting fucked. Yeah, we're having a triple outbreak of another surge of COVID, a surge of the flu, and a surge of RSV, which is awful. It's awful. Practically everyone I know is sick or just got done being sick. That's whatever Fauci was working from. I forgot the actual English term. The Center for Disease Control. I believe is what Fauci was heading up. Ooh. Which was part of the pandemic response stuff. Either they just being like, the pandemic's basically over, so, you know, we don't need as much money being put into the disease control centers anymore. We can cut back there. We're spending too much money on this kind of ongoing issue. Seriously. We're just gonna learn to live with it. Just live with COVID forever. And we just don't need to put as much money into this anymore. Sounds like something that people would do. All right. So with that said, everybody, we're going to get started on the first one. So put in the Norwegian Institute of Public Health, and it's kind of like that. It is cuts to the extra pockets they got during the last years. I can see why that'd be controversial, because the extra funding that they got is still necessary, considering the problem is still ongoing. Imagine if people continue putting money into an ongoing issue. But what about my portfolio? What about my stocks? What if I'm slightly less abhorrently wealthy? Do you have any idea what that would do to me? Anyway. Also, shout out to Sir Waffles and Unstabil for the follows over the last couple of days while we were offline. Appreciate you a lot. All right, put in your YouTube swans, your re-swans, your pog swans, your high swans, or whatever emote of your choice, whether it's from my channel or another. We'll get started. All right, here we go. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are taking a look at High on Life. Now, we've looked at this game before, and I gotta say that when we first checked this out, this game was not my jam, not my vibe, and I don't think that it's going to be either looking at it today. High on Life is a game from the developers, I think are called Squanch Games. It is the development studio that is funded or led or behind Justin Roiland, which is one of the minds behind Rick and Morty. And you can definitely tell that there's a ton of influence of Rick and Morty, at least that general type of humor and design going into this game. It is a first-person shooter, but you know, while I enjoyed Rick and Morty when it first became a thing, when it was first kind of getting its start, it has started to wear on me in a way that it's just not as good as it used to be. And I find that to be extremely unfortunate, because I think the capitalist machine got a hold of it and just kind of turned it into a formula rather than it being something that was unique in its own way. It always had its issues, but I definitely feel like the new serialization plan of getting it like another 100 episodes or whatever out of it has definitely changed the structure of Rick and Morty. And it feels like the later or more recent forms of Rick and Morty, that is just this formulaic humor, is more of what we're getting out of High on Life, rather than a more, I don't know, lower tier. And I mean that as like scale wise, a more granular approach of a more natural feeling comedy, rather than just trying to hit the buttons that makes the funnies happen. So this is going to be High on Life. It looks like we have a lot of trailers. Most of these are only like 40 seconds long, as a heads up. This Torg fight is the most recent genuine trailer. So we'll just check this out. Actually, let me just double check real quick to make sure that a trailer didn't come out today, because this game does release in just a couple of days on the 13th. We're recording this on the 11th. So I didn't see one. So let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Wow, we're actually hitting her.
You're not dealing damage, though.
Cool.
Or maybe... Oh, okay, yeah, you are. Okay.
We're hurting you. No.
Are you even a real bounty hunter?
Jesus, it's so gross you even went in there.
That sludge tastes like shit.
Yeah, so stop diving into it.
What was the pacing on those responses?
Stay in the air.
Better not fall in.
Hey, I'm still here. You can still use me if you want. I can deflect attacks. Did you know that? I'm not just all about stabbing. Well, I'm mostly all about stabbing and tethering, but I can also deflect attacks. I'll slice them the yeah. I'll cut their heads off. Oh, and I'll rip their limbs off. Do everything. Oh, I'm gonna cut right into them. I'll cut their asshole off and eat it.
You know, this sludge matches your toxic personality.
Off. That wasn't even a good one. Surprise! Flashback!
Okay.
It's me, Vods! Kill my shitty clone! I'm rooting for you! Oh, incoming laser! Laser just for you!
Bet you're just as nice and squishy on the inside as the rest of them. Let me at her, bounty hunter!
Wow, we were having our first real boss fight together.
impressed you made it this far. My ex-soldiers are extremely strong.
Honestly, I don't think they were. We're new at this, and it was pretty easy to kill them all.
If I'm going out, I'm taking you with me!
Just stay alive. I think she's basically done for.
Do I have to watch more trailers? God. As the thing, as DG said, Eve, it will be on Game Pass. It will be available day one on Game Pass. Fuck, Jesus. Honestly, the Rick and Morty shtick gets old, so hopefully it's more than that. I don't think it's more than that. I really don't. That felt like... You know what that felt like? So one, the pacing of that was really bad, right? The pacing of the dialogue was awful, because the boss that you're fighting, Nine Torg, would like jump into the sludge, and then your freaking Morty gun would be like, it looks gross in there, and then she'd jump out and be like, oh, that sludge tastes like shit. And then there was a noticeable break in time, like seconds passed, before the gun was like, well, then stop jumping in there. Like, that was so poorly planned, timed, scheduled. The pacing was awful. Atrocious. God, that was bad. It feels like an AI was told to write a Rick and Morty episode, and then they had to put it into audio form, and they just kind of loaded up random lines, and it's supposed to be funny, and none of that was funny. It just hurt. It's like someone saw the annoying screaming gun in Team Fortress 2 and thought, this is what we need an entire game around. You know, there was one of those guns that I did enjoy, and it was the... What was the name of it? There was a gun in like the original Borderlands that spoke every time you killed something, and it was like it was funny. It was funny for a while, but like DG said, like this, it feels so much like just like discarded Rick and Morty stuff, and in not a good way. Okay, we're gonna keep going.
Coming soon from Galacto Records, the sounds of Guy in a Hole. With hits like this. Help! Help! Somebody help me! Help me! Help! Help! Including classics like Why Me?
Do we have to? Technically, no.
At night, coyotes pee on me. God, please! Don't let it turn to night again. The coyotes pee on me at night. It's just coyote piss down here. And who could forget this one? Why are you recording me? Get me out! I'm still in a hole!
Does anyone understand what we just watched? Like, this is an all-new short from High on Life. Like, this felt like one of the commercials that Rick and Morty watch on the TV during the commercial episodes, but also not funny. Okay.
Have you ever had this happen to you?
Help! Help me! Help me! Help me, please! Help! Ow! Ow! Help me! Help me! Ow! Oh! 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 Ow! Oh! Uh-oh! 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 Oh! Uh-oh!
Well, never again, because now we have the brand new this.
Oh! 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 Okay! Oh! 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 Well, okay. Well, now I can.
Now I can kind of see, and that's what you'll see when you buy this for yourself, and you can never have to deal with this.
Oh! 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 Okay! Uh-oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Hold on! Wait a second! Get out of here! Hold! Uh-oh!
Ever again.
I don't want to click on more. These literally feel like just rejected Rick and Morty skits. Like, it was, you know, because like comedians have a joke book, right? They constantly, or like, I guess now in the modern world, they might have it on a Google Doc or something. And they're like, yeah, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. And this feels like stuff that they wrote down of like, you know, this might be a good bit on Rick and Morty, or like for one of the commercials, like I said. And then when they tried to actually apply it, they're like, this is not good. This is not funny. And then someone saw the stuff that they didn't use and were like, but it's from Justin Roiland and it was made for Rick and Morty. It must be useful. We must be able to use it for something. Let's put it in the game.
Welcome to Pepperoni Palace. I'm Pete, the pepperoni salesman, and today we have a great special. Get over here, come on.
I'd rather not. I'm gonna go ahead and...
No, get over here, sit down, eat the pepperonis. Come on, eat
I'm shopping.
my pepperonis. I'm Papo, the pepperoni boy.
Listen,
I know they don't look like pepperonis. They're very bizarre and strange looking, but just eat it. You just have to eat it.
Leave me.
Okay, hold on. Before you leave, let me just finish my commercial. I'm Papo. This is my pepperoni place. Eat the pepperonis. And here we hand them out.
I'm losing brain cells. I'm losing them so fast. Oh my god. Why are these considered ads for the game?
Hey.
This literally just says dating ad.
I want you to meet my son. Hey, son, come out here.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I want you to meet him. He's looking for a wife.
Yeah, I really need a wife.
Yeah, so he's 5'2". 500 pounds. Wears diapers. And he's ready to marry.
I'm ready to marry right
I'm
now.
gonna get fucking banned.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've done anything with anyone, and I really want someone.
Okay, that's it. See you guys.
Bye.
Oh fuck, we forgot to
wait.
contact.
Is there a
info.
number? Oh no.
No. But we didn't get. No, we're good. Okay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I haven't watched the latest season of Rick and Morty, but please God, tell me that this is not what it's like.
On the corpulent gentleman. I do not recall being at the scene of that accident. And quite frankly, I think it is just an attack on a free speech for corpulent
Who
gentlemen.
greenlit these?
I can't wait to see what allegations are in
Who was
store
like,
for me
that
next.
bit, do that one, spend some of our budget on making 3D versions and models and animate them and shit for this? Who approved this? Who was like, yes, this will make people want to play this game?
Oh, how is a corpulent gentleman such as myself gonna get out of this one? Does anybody have a lighter for my 3 cigars? I'll be right back. I gotta take a shit.
We're almost done.
I built a huge town. This town is giant. We got buildings. We got banks. We got more banks. Problem is, we ain't got people. I built a town with no one in it. And now we're offering everybody a complimentary 10 pesos to come and stand around the town to make it look like there's people here. I don't know why I built this town. I just wanted to do it. And now we got an empty town with no goddamn people in it. So come on down to my big town and stand around and make it look like there's people here. Because my dad is disappointed. My dad is so disappointed in me. He saw me build this town and he said that town's never gonna have people in it. And he was right. There's no people in this town. Please come here and stand around my town so when I wheel my dad in his wheelchair, he would...
I'm just gonna stop it. I'm gonna watch this I'm skipping Obbies, and I'm gonna watch this one, which is a clip not from the official channel, but it's what happens if you try to shoot a kid in the game. Oh, shoot me instead, but fuck. All right.
Well, look what we got here. Fresh meat. Hey there, fresh meat. Welcome to the slums, fresh meat.
Oh boy, here we go. Fucking kid.
What's wrong, fresh meat? You scared of a little kid? Yeah, I'm a little kid. Look at me. You're scared of me.
Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, he's just a kid. Don't shoot him.
Oh, you don't want to shoot me just because your gun said not to. Just because you're your little gun. Oh, but you look how shootable I look. I look so shootable.
I am not shooting a kid.
Go ahead. Do it. Shoot me, fresh meat. Shoot me. You shot me. I'm dead.
All right, there. Are you happy now? Well, I didn't think we'd be allowed to kill him. Yeah, normally, killing children in games isn't allowed, but he's dead. We killed this kid. Are you happy now? We killed a kid. A kid is dead now. There goes our...
Yeah, okay. I'm very done with that. Can I ask if any of them show gameplay, or are they all like this? Those were all like that. That other one that I found at the very end, that was a clip taken from a section, like a demo of the game or a gameplay section. I don't know. Oh my god. A lot of dads are disappointed in this game. A lot of everyone are disappointed in this game. They better be glad that they're getting a paycheck from Game Pass, because holy crap. Can we get anesthesia so we can forget this ever happened? How did they make shooting a kid unsatisfying? And they somehow made it even worse. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so I don't have anything to say on that. I wish that I could get the last, like, 15 minutes of my time back. And if you watch this whole thing, I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you your 15 minutes back, because, oh my fucking god. You know, when they showed the game off initially, I was like, okay, you know, this might be a thing. It could be potentially okay. But it'll really just depend on if they can get like some decent humor in there that doesn't wear itself out. And no, I don't even think they have that. I don't know if what is happening with this game. This literally feels like somebody was like, hey, Rick and Morty is popular, right? Can we make a game out of Rick and Morty? And Justin Roiland was like, yeah, sure, I guess, but I'm not writing for it. And someone went, I know how to do Rick and Morty jokes. And they were like, cool, that guy says he knows how to do Rick and Morty jokes. Have him write the shit. And then he showed up with all of his bad Rick and Morty skits, and none of them are good or funny or even remotely entertaining in any way that doesn't make me want to just scoop my eyeballs out with a spoon and use a freaking shop vac to suck my brain out and eject it into the snow outside. So that's High on Life. Let me know what your thoughts are. Wow. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. We won't be watching more of this if it makes you feel better. Oh my god. If you enjoyed this video, whoa, you know what? No, just dislike the video and move on, okay? Just hit dislike. Be like, you know what? That Schwan guy, maybe he's all right, but I can't even like this in support of him. Just hit the dislike button. It actually still counts as engagement for the sake of the algorithm on YouTube either way. So if you all dislike it, it's still technically good for me. So just dislike the video. If you want to catch videos that hopefully don't make your soul die and leak out your toes like this one did, hit the subscribe button. And if you do go watch one of our other videos on YouTube, one, thank you for giving me another chance. And two, if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. I have been more entertained by the back of a shampoo bottle. You know, we've seen some bad shit doing these reactions. we've seen some bad shit. I think that's probably the worst thing we've ever seen. Like, I would rather replay fucking Gungrave than get anywhere close to anything involving that game again. Oh my god, we're running this battle early. Fuck. Gungrave speedrun, let's go. Put that shit on easy. I could probably get through it pretty quick, not that I want to. Seen better student projects. Wow. Three warriors and a paladin, either which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills going to myself. Most assists to El Canadiano, tied with myself. Got to figure out how to put my brain back together. Oh my god. I'm just in shock by how not funny any of that was. Because, like, even the more recent Rick and Morty stuff, while I'm not a super huge fan of it, like, I kind of enjoyed some of the earlier stuff, but like I already said, the newer stuff has gotten a bit more formulaic. Every now and again, there's still a moment of, like, creative humor where you're like, all right, you know, sure. There's a glimpse of what, you know, used to be. Wow. The current and only speed run on PC is 2 hours and 35 minutes. That's too long. That's about how long that game should have been. I would say you could probably actually get away with that game being 4 or 5 hours long. With the involvement of Bungie and Quartz having gameplay sections. $12 or whatever we put into it was definitely too long. What do I need to place? I need to place flag bearers. Oh, actually, we should go down here. Wish us luck, everybody. We need some armored and some melee. Since I'm not a combatant, I should probably put some instructions down. There we go. Wow. Fucking wow. Okay. All right. Something new. You're in a good position, Akka, because there's no way that you could make me feel worse than what we just got done watching. It's not possible. Woo-wee! Woo! All right. All right. Wow. All right. Put in your YouTube swans, your high swans, your pog swans, or whatever emote fits your fancy, whether it's from my channel or another. And we'll check out Akka. Or Aka? AK? Wow. All right. Greetings and salutations. My name is... Yeah, I changed that. Okay. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are checking out Akka, aka AK, I'm not sure exactly, but we're here, okay? This is a farming sim, a life simulating game, and I do know that you play as the character on the far right, which is that cute little red panda. I don't know much else about it, but that's also kind of what we're here to find out. So I'm going to move over to the actual initial reveal of this game, which was from 7 months ago back in April. And let's take a little looksy-looks. The war is over. You can go anywhere. I like the Spirited Away train. He didn't look very good at swimming. What is that? Is that a dragon? This is so cute. Help people or do something, build your house, wander around, whatever you want. Take a nap on the really big capybara. Take a bath. Okay, that was really cute. So, you know, the question, like, I mean, not every game has to have a purpose, but I personally like to have a game have, like, a goal. I wonder if this game has one. Okay, this is the announcement trailer. You'd think this was the announcement trailer, but this was the official trailer. This is the announcement trailer for it coming to the Nintendo Switch. Aka is red in Japanese, so the red panda makes sense. Oh, okay. Yeah, Eve, I don't know if I would necessarily call it a farming game. It's more like a relax and do whatever you want game. Oh, there was a bee queen. Our little red panda friend does not look like they are the best swimmer. Take a nap. Good plan. Yeah, so this is available December 15th on, I don't know how many platforms. I know it's on Switch and I know it's on Steam, but maybe we'll get an idea of what it's on with this official trailer number 2 that just came out a couple of weeks ago. I like the idea of it not having a hard deadline, though, or being more casual. Just do what you want, not stressing on a time limit. Yeah, not having a time limit's fine. I would just like objectives. Makes me feel like I accomplished something without having to create my own objectives. Yeah, pet the dog. Whoa. Hello? They really like to show that you can take a nap on the big capybara, and that's fine. Oh, it is just Nintendo Switch on Steam. Well, that answers that question. Okay, so that's Aka, everybody. Reminds you a little too much about Animal Crossing, which is the same to much aimlessness. I've noticed that about more recent Animal Crossings, especially the New Horizons that's on the Switch, because I played the original Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube, and they definitely had a lot more structure and directions that they wanted you to go. It was a little bit more stressful because it definitely felt like Tom Nook was going to take your house, whereas you do still have loans to repay and stuff in the newer Animal Crossing, but they're significantly more relaxed about it compared to the burden that they place on you in the older games. So the new ones, I definitely found that they're much more relaxed and a little bit more free-spirited than the original one, but that's okay. I still think that it's a fine experience, but I definitely understand what you mean. Stardew did it good enough for me. Same with other types of games. There's an aimlessness to them, but you can set your own pace. But it does offer you goals to do. Agreed. Like Stardew, you do have the looming overall goal of having things be checked on after 3 years. And then you also have the goal of like trying to fulfill the things in the community center and the little extra quests that you get from townsfolk. It does give you momentum and goals that push you forward. And those things could very well be the case here. They just didn't show them. There definitely seem to be NPCs, and those NPCs could have missions and goals. And you might not have a significantly sized overarching goal in terms of like an end game objective, but it does look like it probably has things that will push you forward to go explore more, go collect things, you know, whatever it is in that way. 2 years, but you can still do it later on without hard locking you from the best reward. Right. So that's Akka. It's really cute. Looks like a nice, just relaxing time. Just it's a vibe. And it's a very calm, sweet vibe. It will be available on Nintendo Switch and Steam. Let's see. Does the Steam page? The Steam page doesn't have its price, but the Nintendo Switch page might. Let's take a quick little look. It is going to be, as soon as it loads, wait for it. Wait for it. $13. Currently 10% off, but $13 is the base price, which I think that's a very reasonable price. So that if you just, like, that's a price that's low enough that you could buy it, and if you end up only playing it for a few hours and then being like, that was a nice time, you don't have to feel very bad about it. So let me know what your thoughts are on Akka. You can put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, 2 great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. It's reasonable for me to buy it for a day or two and then not care. Yeah, it's low enough that it's fine, right? If it was like 30, there'd be questions to be had, right? It's like, there better be a lot more than what I feel like you're showing is in here. I love gold. What are we doing on the battle? 19 minutes? Great. Gold, you trying to be judged there? No, I wouldn't. I would never. I would absolutely never. Man, their title card for Wild Hearts kind of sucks. Like, I feel like this is just not a very appealing looking screen. Not even just for like my video, just in a general sense. All right, we're going to be checking out Wild Hearts, everybody. The release schedule for right now has slowed down through December and January. So we'll be able to check out some things that aren't releasing in the upcoming week. One of which for this week is Wild Hearts. Since I saw a little bit of it at the Game Awards, I was like, yeah, we should go ahead and check it out. I wanted to check out Fire Emblem Engage, but they have a trailer that is out. That's like, I don't want to say an important trailer, but a significant one. But it's only available in Japanese right now. So the English version of that trailer isn't out yet. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe it'll be out in English by next week. All right. Put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your High swans, your Re swans, or whatever emote fits your fancy, whether it's from mine or somewhere else. And let's check out Wild Hearts. I need to adjust the volume on these videos just a little bit. While it's not super loud for all of you because of the way I have my OBS set up, it was just a little loud for me. All right. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan and welcome. No, that's not my intro anymore. How dare you? Get it together, Schwan. Jesus. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are taking a look at Wild Hearts. I've been kind of avoiding this one because it's still not out until February, but we did check out everything at the Game Awards that happened just, a week ago, and I did get a couple of small little glimpses at Wild Hearts. And I was like, we should go and take a look at it. Wild Hearts is one of the rare occasions where somebody tries to make Monster Hunter without just being Capcom. We had, I think the only other one of these that I can think of is, what is it called? Not God's Trigger, but God's Fury, something like that. There's like 3 of them. And those are slightly different, but they're the closest thing that we have to a Monster Hunter competitor. And even then, it's not really a genuine competitor. And so we have now Wild Hearts coming from Koei Tecmo and Electronic Arts, which is an interesting combination because of what else Koei Tecmo's involved with, but who knows, maybe it'll fit God Eater. Thank you, Eve. So, who knows, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll find out. I did have a couple of squinty questions with what little I did see at the Game Awards. We have the Game Awards trailer here, so we'll be watching that in a more proper, earnest fashion at this time. So we have 4 trailers to check out for this. Let's get started.
So, visitors to the land of the East. You do realize Ozma is fraught with danger.
I realize it's a mythical being, but that pig straight up looks like the pig from Spirited Away.
They battle for territory. They clash for prey. But in you is the power to stop this. In you, there is the seed of invention. You need only hunt. Trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow. You will become a force of nature. And tame a world gone wild.
This is a biggie. Interesting. Spirited Away or Mononoke? Thank you, Francie. Mononoke. Yeah. I feel like I recognize the voice from a movie. Maybe. Okay. So, there was a lot of things that looked all right. And then there was a lot of things that kind of raised some questions as well. It looked better than what I saw at the Game Awards, but I still had some concerns. There's quite a few unique elements there, but I'm kind of torn. Yeah, it's It's one of those things that is like, this could be really good. Maybe. So this is an extended gameplay trailer. I'm assuming it's just a hunt is what we're gonna look at. Now, I realize that we're watching this through YouTube, right? We're watching this through YouTube. You have YouTube compression and all that stuff. But there's just something that feels weird about the graphics in this game. It feels like something isn't being processed correctly. Like, there's a lot of aliasing and some weird stuff going on with the shadows and almost like a dithering effect on parts of the world. I mean, this is still part of one of the first, like, looks at the game, because I believe that the trailer we just watched and this one came out at basically the same time. So it could be that it's just an earlier build that doesn't run very well. I realized they wanted to make something that made them unique compared to... Oh, you lost. Compared to Monster Hunter. But the building also seems interesting. Because you're not necessarily building the way that, like, Eve was making a joke about Fortnite. But... it feels... I don't know. Almost gimmicky. Bladed parasol fighter, that's sick. Wait, if it was dead, why did why when you harvested from it was like, oh, if you'd already killed it, was it playing dead and you're just like, I'm harvesting your shit anyway, like. They got like the little wind things to simulate the I can't remember what the spirit bug things are from Monster Hunter. Was that screen tearing? I'm really sad we don't see any UI here. We do have a couple more trailers after this one that we can watch, so maybe we'll get to see some UI in some of the other trailers. Well, that sucked. Weird. Like putting two walls next to each other built a bigger wall. Gotta have some different weapon types. So we have a parasol user and an odachi currently. And then we saw something along the lines of like a sword whip. The beast is enraged. We got tonfas. All right. It's going to be weird, but I wonder how the multiplayer in this is. Well, I think one of the reasons, Eve, that you might be in, like, you say that's weird coming from you, but it's co-op multiplayer. And co-op multiplayer is very, very different from something that has PvP in it. Because I know that you're normally super against PvP, but co-ops, as long as co-op doesn't feel like a requirement, there's a lot of, like, benefits that you can get from it. Okay. That had already counted down. Oh, you hit it. Man, looking at this beast, I don't feel like this is something that reasonably 3 people would be able to take down. I can see you not needing help in this, but it sure does make battles faster. It depends on how they structure it, because in Monster Hunter World, sometimes adding more people made the battles significantly longer because it would over-bloat the monster's HP. Don't go in there. Okay. I thought he was about to jump in that thing's fucking mouth. Like, there were certain battles that were better to do solo because it just, even adding one person would change the HP of the monster so much that it made it, it didn't necessarily make it harder, but it gave you more chances for failure. Monster Rise did the same thing. It scaled by members. Rise, my understanding, I've not played a whole lot of it, but I know that I've seen people say that they did it a lot better in Rise, and that it doesn't start to feel unfair based on the number of people you have. Okay, so while this was a gameplay trailer that was from 2 months ago in October, this is an official gameplay trailer that's on IGN from November. Not even needing help, but the ability to make it more fun by having a variety of combos and weapons. Or just something to do with friends.
Evidence of our ancient ancestors' extraordinary technology, the karakuri, can be found across this land. Though they still worked when I was a child, it has been a long time since anyone could figure them out.
Until now, because we're special.
That is, until you.
Okay, sure. I was close.
Harness nature's energy. Wield this ancient tech. Unleash the power of the karakuri and shape them into new forms. I imagine in time how you use these karakuri will change the very way you think about the hunt. Like the karakuri itself, you must be adaptable. And like the kimono, you must be ferocious. Plan your hunt, set your trap, and bring down these giant beasts.
Okay, you know, that was cool. That was cool. But I want to know just how possible that actually is in non-scripted gameplay scenarios. Because we've seen things like that in games, and the game never actually, because of the way the AI works, the enemy goes off in a random direction or something doesn't proc or whatever, right? And obviously, you know, a plan never survives contact with the enemy or whatever that actual, you know, phrase is. But whenever you show something like that, of these like pre-established actions where you've set up these traps and you get it all planned out and it's going to come over and it trips this and then it gets caught up in these and then a bomb pops up and it's like the perfect heist type stuff, right? Very rarely does stuff like this actually work in games. It'd be cool if it did.
Karakuri can be used for more than battle. They are your tools to travel with great speed. Gather resources. Build your skills.
Oh, it's a training bear. Okay.
Guide you as they once guided our ancestors.
It's a porcupine. with crystal spikes. I love him.
Alone may not be enough to bring down every beast. Seek allies and together tame a world gone wild.
Okay, we got a cannon. New trailer December 8th. Yeah, we have that one. It is going to be up next. All right, so this is the gameplay trailer from the Game Awards. This was the first glimpse that I had gotten at the game. Oh, there's a really big sword that person had. You know, here's the thing, is it doesn't look bad in like a general game sense, but there's still something that feels weird about it. Like, I don't understand what it is. Like, it looks like it could be a lot of fun, but it also feels like there's just something off. Like it's a freaking skinwalker of a game or something like that. And maybe it's because it's a little too adjacent to Monster Hunter. I don't know. It just looks like it's hiding something. Like there's something that we don't know. Maybe it's that it's bad. So this releases on February 16th and 17th-ish, depending on where you're located in the world. It is a full-price game. It's a premium price game is how I feel we should phrase it now, in that it is $70. So we'll see how that goes in terms of the game's reception, because I feel like it's getting harder and harder to justify that cost when it comes to these premiumly priced games. Especially when you have some games that are like $50 that are just absolute quality as well in a different way. So, yeah, you know, I definitely still need to see more, because it feels like there's just something about the gameplay or the visuals or both that is just off. Can we get a demo? A demo would probably be a really cool idea. Might not be good for sales, but it might be able to either confirm or put aside some suspicions that definitely feels like we have. So that's Wild Hearts. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. If this is your first time seeing it, how do you feel? Are you a Monster Hunter fan? Are you new to the monster hunting style? I don't know what to call these games. Like, really, because it's just Monster Hunter style games is the closest that it gets, because for the longest time, outside of some very limited exceptions such as Dauntless and God Eater, there's just not really anyone else is trying to do the Monster Hunter formula. So let me know what your thoughts are, whether you're a fan or not, down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Something is off. Yeah, I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it definitely feels like something is off. I'll be right back. Jolly good work, everybody. 1 paladin and 10 gold that can be used for 420 channel points. Probably because that wasn't anything new, really. It just felt like rehashed Monster Hunter. Could have been a new season of it and not a completely different game. It wasn't really exciting at all. Like, it's neat, but where's the wow? Yeah, and I think part of the problem with that, too, was the issues that I was describing with the visuals. Is because, you know, if it looked, like, visually looked really good, but just still felt like a lot of, like it just was, like, you know, a Monster Hunter's cousin, that could have worked just fine. But it didn't look really good, and so if it doesn't look fantastic, which I don't think every game needs to be this, like, photorealistic, massive 4K, ray-traced, incredible visual experience. I don't need games to be on that level, but if you're not going to wow me with visuals, then the next thing that comes into play is how does it look like it plays. And that game looked like it played all right, but it didn't look like it played in a way that I was going to be super excited about. All right, place units, everybody. Okay, so moving forward now, wrong one. We're going to be recording the raw footage for my most memorable games of 2022. We did this for my most forgettable games last year. The way that this will work is that, so I have this green screen here. It's because I'm going to chroma that out so that I can put gameplay footage there. I won't be, during the individual moments, I won't be responding to chat a whole lot. But after each section, I will pause and we'll be talking about last year, this year, whatever. I will be stopping because I'm going to change hats in between each section as well, and then we can also talk about the individual games. There are 10 games on this list. It's just a heads up, and so we'll just be working our way through these, and then we got 3 more reactions that we'll be doing after this. You don't need to put YouTube swans or anything in there because I'll be putting game logos and stuff over in this box. But sound alerts muted? Yes. Or at least I hope so. It says they are. Oh. Oh. All right. These sections are all normally fairly small. They're anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes, depending on how much I have to say about the individual games. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we're going to be talking about my most memorable games of 2022. So we're doing 5 videos for our look back in gaming of 2022, the good, the bad, the ugly, the memorable, and the forgettable. We last week talked about my most forgettable games of 2022, and now let's talk about which ones I'm actually going to be thinking about, hopefully for years to come as we move forward. One important note though, as we get into these, memorable doesn't necessarily mean good. These aren't necessarily games that I am going to be recommending to you. They aren't games that you need to play. They aren't fantastic experiences, but for one reason or another, they are games that will be sticking in my mind. So, let's get started. Time to rock a bunch of hats. Starting it out at number 10, we have Inside the Backrooms. Now, we played a lot of horror games, or like spooky, stealthy, what do you want to call them, like tense thriller style games. So we talked about several of them in the forgettable games of 2022, but one of the ones that I'm going to remember is Inside the Backroom. Now, this isn't an SCP game. It's born out of liminal space, but it feels a lot like an SCP game. And some of these games just feel better or worse than others, and even though this is probably one of the jankiest games in the kind of horrifying category, it is definitely one that I will remember the most. Things like the wire monster and Toothy and the weird creepy dog and the flesh monster and the way that you solve these puzzles in this game, it feels like this game is something that you are actually a part of. It's not something that's just trying to scare you. It's not just trying to be a disconcerting thing. It definitely has a level of immersion to it that makes you feel present in the back rooms. And it maintains this pressure in such a way that the game continues to evolve and just maintains a really strong presence. That is something that, while I never want to play this game again, and I don't even necessarily recommend it to anyone else, it's definitely something that I will remember for a very long time. Hey, Rochi. I got a bunch of Taco Bell. It's time for me to rock my butthole. Congratulations. I hope it's tasty. Definitely rocking my butthole with Taco Bell. I don't know why you changed hats between sections on this one, but you do you. Oh, why not? I got them. I got the hats. Which one, Francie? The whole thing of rocking my butthole? Or just the sound? Number 9 is Labyrinthine. So again, we played a lot of horror games in 2022, and some of them, a lot of the ones that are more Phasmophobia clones, they were really formulaic, and we talked about them also in the forgettable games of 2022. They lose a lot of energy after you figure it out. But where those games lost their momentum, Labyrinthine endured. And I think it's because it's not necessarily about trying to be an investigator or a ghost hunter or anything like that. Labyrinthine is definitely more a game of cat and mouse. There are some puzzles in it. There are some things that you're figuring out. There's a very little dangly shoestring story that exists in it. But for the most part, you are in a labyrinth and you are trying to figure out a way to get out of the labyrinth to escape the monster or monsters that are in it. It's not necessarily about being scared. It is about surviving. And that's one of the big differences, because when someone says a game is scary or it is a horror game, that can mean a whole lot of different things. Is it gory? Is it thrilling? Is it suspenseful? Is it scary? Is it trying to just jump scare you? Is it just looking for a yell? What is it trying to achieve. And Labyrinthine is just trying to achieve the idea of running for your life. And it does so, I think, in a really, really good way, to where that even when I've returned to it months later, I still have that experience of, oh my God, I need to run, I need to run, I need to run. And that's not something that I get very often with a lot of other games. Now, the puzzles can be learned and they sometimes get repeated and stuff. So once you've learned them, you're able to solve them faster, which allows you to get through the labyrinth quicker. But escaping always stays stressful. And the number of times that I have screamed playing this game compared to any other horror game is something that I will definitely be remembering. The whole thing, honestly, both. For your purposes, of course. You like my rock music? The best rock music. I haven't played Amnesia, Eve. Is it good? Can't confirm. He shrieked many times. Yes, I did. I have yelled many a times, played Labyrinthine. I enjoy that game. Best ever. I've heard and seen many good things from the Amnesia series. It's really good if you ask me. Athena! Sounds like a game for you. Fortnite is number 8 of my most memorable games of 2022. Now, until 2022, I had never touched Fortnite. Never wanted to. I'd seen all the clips of the super sweats of somebody shooting at somebody and they build the Taj Mahal in a couple of seconds. And I was like, your camera is spinning so much and things are happening. That looks like way more work than I care to be bothered to learn. And then they introduced Zero Build this year as part of an event where some bad guys turned off the ability for the islanders, for the loopers to be able to build. And I was like, no build, huh? All right, I'll try it. I'll try Zero Build. And oh my God, Fortnite's so much fun, okay? Fortnite is so much fun. It's ridiculously fun. I don't even necessarily feel like the game is great or incredible, but you know what it is? It's fun. It's just a really casual, carefree time. It's such a great game to play with friends. You can just hang out with your friends, talk about whatever, jump into the back of a truck, do some rainbow dances with whichever skin you happen to be. You could be busy playing chess as Master Chief against Kratos, and then freaking Darth Vader can run up and blow you both up while someone off to the side does bim bam boom, and you're like, I don't know what's happening, but you know what? I don't feel stressed about it. I'm smiling this entire time. I'm having a good time. I'm getting to hang out with friends and play a game that I don't have to care if someone is better or worse than the other ones. And it's just fun. And I will probably continue to play Fortnite for a considerable amount of time for that reason of it's just such a great game to use as a way to decompress, relax, and just enjoy playing games with friends. And I'm looking forward to it. That was a little bit of an awkward way to end that spot, but, you know, it works. Whatever. Spoopy Saturday game for sure. How much more of the Sinking City do you think you have left, Athena? Because you've put in 3 or 4 streams, so you're probably either at or a little over halfway done. Because you get somewhere between like 2 to 4 hours each time you play it. So you're probably around 4 to 12 hours or so in. It's like a 20-hour game. Depends on how many more twat monsters show up. I think Athena's playing it on Steam, Eve. I think. They've been having a really good time with it, though. Number 7 is Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Now, it's been this interesting resurgence of the success of Warriors games, Musuo tile games, because we had Samurai Warriors and stuff for a long time, and it was a very niche audience. But as we've seen these developers start to take on more official IPs and adapt them into Warrior style games, we're talking like Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, Age of Calamity, Three Hopes, Persona 5 Strikers and stuff. This feels like the future of what these games are going to be. Dynasty Warriors 9 bombed so hard. Nobody liked it. Even massive fans of the franchise didn't like it. But when you have these more structured Warriors games that have a story focus to them because they're part of an established IP, they're massive successes. Age of Calamity sold millions. What game are we talking about again? Three Hopes sold a ton of copies. I believe Persona 5 Strikers did all right, but whatever they make next within this space, I know people have been talking about like Xenoblade Heroes Xenoblade Warriors or whatever, which would be fantastic as well. I imagine whatever they'll do next, as long as it's within this space, is going to be great. And while I'd played Dynasty Warriors before and I enjoyed them, they weren't games that felt memorable to me because it felt pretty mindless. And not to suggest that Three Hopes isn't mindless, okay? It definitely has some things in it that are to its benefit, but the actual overall gameplay is still run from stronghold to stronghold and do a big, special attack, wipe out 200 soldiers, maybe whoop up on an elite and move on and rinse and repeat that for a long time. But when you have an established IP to where you're getting these unique abilities and these unique characters that allow you to feel a little bit more attached to what's happening, to where you can care about the characters and see what happens, it makes these games feel like so much more than I ever cared about Dynasty Warriors in the past. And I think that's the major thing that was always lacking in Dynasty Warriors as a franchise, was there was a lack of a meaningful story that would make you want to push forward to where, it's dumb fun, right? But dumb fun without any direction eventually just dies itself out. So I really enjoyed Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, and I'm really looking forward to whatever Warriors title we get next. Missed some of the scary game talk. The kid needed assistance. Oh, we were saying that you should play Amnesia and asking how far you had left in the Sinking City. Because you've done 4 streams, I think, is about where you're at. And you get about 2 to 4 hours in per one of your streams. So, and I think the game is about 20 hours long. So you should be sitting a little at or over the halfway point. Game also has a bunch of side quests. Hard to know then how far along you are. Jumping things look like something crafted out of religious sex ed talk. Now look here, little boys. You better not be getting close to girls while naked because... Escape from Tarkov is absolutely my number 6 game. Now, I've been playing Escape from Tarkov on and off for a couple of years now, and honestly, I don't believe that any shooter will ever compare to Escape from Tarkov. Battlestate Games have been working on Escape from Tarkov for a decade. It's hyper complex. It's got a brutal learning curve. It's probably one of the most unwelcoming video games I have ever seen in existence, just like ever, but it's also one of the most satisfying games, especially shooters, that I have ever played. Now, unfortunately, the game is struggling right now, and it's not because it's not a good game. It's because it's, like I said, it's been in development for 10 years and the game isn't done yet. And while the devs are talking about how it's going to be done in like a year or whatever, it doesn't actually feel like it's going to be done until like maybe 2025. Now, they've had some issues. Obviously, the last 3 years-ish, we've been dealing with the pandemic, and that really hurt game development a lot. And the developers are Russian, so you do have the Russian-Ukraine conflict going on right now. And because they're in Russia, because we've seen a lot of Ukrainian devs be like, hey, we had to relocate and stuff. A lot of the Russian devs, we've not heard a lot from them, and that includes the developers of Escape from Tarkov. But Escape from Tarkov is such a brilliant game. It's definitely not for everybody, and I can absolutely understand why the game hasn't been replicated. Not in earnest, right? We've seen some people try and take similar pieces from it to try and get the general idea without going as hard as Battlestate games have gone. We're talking games like The Cycle Frontier, Marauders, or the recent DMZ mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And while they have like the odeur of Escape from Tarkov, none of them have been willing to commit to what the complexity is of Escape from Tarkov. And I understand why. I absolutely understand why, because the game is so unforgiving that it is not a game that you are going to have a reliable amount of success monetarily from being a new entry in it. But I do feel like, despite its many issues and despite its ongoing development woes, that there is a piece of masterwork that exists within Escape from Tarkov that unfortunately is taking a long time to carve away the remaining flash of the marble to find underneath all of that rubble. But it's a game that I will absolutely never forget. 9 main chapter sections, and you're on number... Oh, okay. You're doing pretty good then. They said 22 2 years ago. This year, last year, now I don't know about... Well, I mean, because I remember in like 2020, they're like, we want to release by the end of the year. And then the world shut down in 2020. And they're like, all right, not releasing in 2020. And then 2021 rolled around, and they were trying to get things put back together. And then they're like, all right, I think we're ready to start doing shit in 2022. Never mind, because look what's happening now. Like, when the Russia-Ukraine conflict started, we didn't hear anything from the Escape from Tarkov devs at all. We're like, how many of them are drafted? Like, seriously, they might have all just, there's like, oh, what's your development team? Oh, we're a whole bunch of like ex-military or gun nuts that are really highly professionally trained individuals because we do a lot of our own gun work. We go to the range every weekend so that we're making sure we're getting these gun things correct in the game. Sick. Sounds like you'd be really great people to draft. What? But our game. Like, I know that Nikita, the lead developer and COO or whatever, he's one of the highest up people of Battlestate games. He's the main person of the whole like operation. His pride would never let him do this, but they would get so much out of him just coming out and just saying, hey, we've had a lot of development issues. We lost a lot of our momentum to the pandemic, and then as soon as we were starting to recover from the pandemic, some world events started happening, and that has continuously damaged our development progress. We're sorry that we're not as far along as we would like to be, but we're continuing to work on the game and the project, and we hope to have more for you as soon as things are a little bit more stable for us. If he would come out and say that, all of the people that are just like shitting on Battlestate games for how they're handling Escape from Tarkov right now would probably give them 3 more years worth of forgiveness. But they've said nothing, and so a lot of it is just speculation on that kind of things. But Nikita won't say that, so they won't get that forgiveness, even though it is literally just sitting there waiting for him. And people have straight up been like, look, if you just say that you're having these issues, no one's going to think less of you. We'll all understand. But no. If a young man and a young woman occupy a room together naked and they're not married, the woman will fold over on herself and turn into a toothed twat monster and attack you, and will devour you. So you better make sure you wear your purity promise ring and pray your evil, unpure thoughts away before you get eaten. Do you understand? Please. But if you are married, then the clouds will part and golden glitter dust will rain down upon you, and a stork will fly in and bestow upon you a child as a gift for your faith in not just the Lord, but in one another, in your abstinence. You know, Orochi, even if you wanted to be snarky like that, absolutely. If Nikita was like, yeah, sorry we haven't released the game after a whole pandemic happened. Oh yeah, and then there's this whole war thing going on, but sorry that you can't wait for the fucking game. Even if you wanted to be a cheeky asshole like that, people would still be like, all right, Nikita, yeah, you're right. But no, he won't even do that. He won't. And he never will. Everyone knows that he won't. Some of the monsters are very interesting looking in the game. Great. Delightful. All right. Moving on. Number 5. Hang on. Number 5 is Parasite Eve. Now, yes, this game is from like 1997, 8, 9, late 90s, right? It was originally going to be part of like a development for Final Fantasy VII. I didn't actually play it until 2022, okay? Now, there's a lot of people that love this game to death. It's got a 100% beloved fan base, and there's a significant number of people that are calling for Square Enix to do a remake in the vein of Final Fantasy VII Remake in this game for this game. And I understand why. This game is wildly unique, and it did some really, really neat things. It has very unique combat, even within the idea of a real-time battle system like you see for a real-time turn-based battle system like you see for like Final Fantasy 7, 8, or 9, or if you want to take like Legend of Dragoon, like all of these games of this period, it is within that realm, but unique even still to where it feels so different from those games. I've played all of those games. I love almost all of those games, and this game is still setting itself apart in such a unique way. It's got a very unique premise, a unique story, cool characters, pretty damn good visuals, especially for the time. It definitely has some rough edges, but every game back then did, and I did have a couple small issues, especially with a particular ending mechanic. We're not going to talk about it because it's super, super spoilery, but I can 100% understand now why everyone, whenever Parasite Eve comes up, are like, where the fuck is it today? Because this was such an incredible experience that I'm never going to forget. Some people want to hear it. They want it confirmed. Yeah. And that's really what it is. It's like, you don't gotta like kneel down, Nikita, and beg for forgiveness. Just say what everyone is already expecting. And if that's not the case, then maybe that's why you're keeping your mouth shut. But I don't see how that'd be the case. Like, I don't. Like, it's super predictable that you had issues with the pandemic and you're having issues with the current conflict for being in Russia and the conflict with Ukraine. I mean, I understand that he probably can't be like, yes, our fighting with Ukraine is fucking over my company. Like, he probably can't say that because he's in Russia. So, you know, like, but you could allude to it. Like, due to ongoing world events, we have ran into other unforeseen development difficulties. You didn't say what those world events are. We all know, right? But you could get away with it, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Russia had come arrest you anyway. I don't know. Ranging from small creepy cat shrimp to frog-mouth teeth monster, face-opening humanoid that spits acid, to a giant slug caterpillar with people embedded in its chest and human arms. That last one sounds like it wants hugs. Sounds like it wants some hugs. How are we doing on that battle? 4 minutes. Okay. Oh, he tried to hug me. Oh, good. You know what you say to that, Athena? No. No. And number 4 is Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, the latest release from Team Ninja, creators of Neo and Neo 2. Now, one of the things is, I'll let you know this right now, Stranger of Paradise is not a remake of Final Fantasy 1. It plays like it is, but this is actually Final Fantasy 0, just to let you know what we're working with here. It is a Soulsian-esque game. It doesn't have some of the more staple Soulsian mechanics, such as like dodging doesn't consume stamina, but I will let you know that this game really is just operating on the blood of Soulsian-style games. And honestly, it's a really solid game when you're looking at it as a game. Like the gameplay portion, you got all these different weapons, you got these different classes, spells, combos, you got your friends, you got your party members and stuff. You got so many customization and build options within Stranger of Paradise. But I'll let you know, it isn't memorable for those reasons. Okay? It's not memorable because it's a fun Soulsian. It's not memorable because of how it looks. It's not memorable because of its story. No, it is memorable because of its writing. In particular, how bad it is. Okay? I don't know. I feel like they had to know. This writing is atrocious. They say, we literally, while we were playing it on stream, we had a chaos counter. Because the whole idea of the game is the main character, Jack Garland, is trying to go off and kill chaos. And after the first, 30 minutes of the stream, we were like, hold on. We need a button to start counting how many times they say the word chaos in this game. While our count might not be accurate, I will let you know right now, at the end of the game, we had counted 141 times they had said the word chaos. And they're super serious about it too. There was one section where they're like, yes, I was born from chaos, but I must kill chaos. So we will go out and seek chaos so that I can kill chaos. I'm not even joking. That is quite very close to the way that this was presented. It was atrocious. It was bad. And they are so serious about it. There are no jokes. There are no smiles. Everyone is 100% devoted to this. And it is so poorly written and takes itself so seriously, but it is written like it's a joke. It sounds like a freaking Saturday Night Live skit half the time the way the writing is, but everyone is delivering it as though it is the most important lines they have ever delivered in their life. I can't read the word chaos anymore without going, we must kill chaos. I won't be able to forget this game. Even though I might want to, I can't. It's definitely one of the most memorable games of 2022. Oh, there were jokes. Jack, fucking joke. Damn, Athena. Damn. My body is sitting there now like, what did I do? What did I do to you for this abuse? And I'm just shoving, talking. You know what you did. Give me that grilled stuffed burrito. They don't have grilled stuffed burritos anymore. That was my favorite freaking thing at Taco Bell. I was born in chaos and need to go and chaos the chaos, so the chaos will never be able to chaos anyone ever, as the chaos will be within its own chaos, and we will destroy the chaos. Yes, Rochi. Yes, that is very much what it was like. All right, quick pause to run the battle, and then we got 3 more in the outro. We must kill chaos. I will become chaos. That is the only way that we can destroy chaos. Chaos. That rogue tried its best. It tried. Ow! Stop it! Oh, God! Rem was trying to get up there, but they shot Rem instead of the tank, so those auto dinos just massacred us. Oh, no! Oh, no, not those dinos! No! Dak is out, boys! Oh, God! It was all going fine until the Dino Nation attacked. Hey, look, the dinos are gone. It should be real easy now. Hey, I can place my third flag bearer. It probably also would have been a lot easier if I would have, I don't know, placed a useful unit. Yeah, like a Centurion. Centurion would have been a great option. What is that? I can't click on it. It looks cute, though. I am wrapping presents, so I'm distracted. Wrapping some presents! Good job, Athena. Hey, that's private stuff. It's not. It's just the script. All right. I should go buy some soon. Presents or Taco Bell? Do you have Taco Bell in Norway, Eve? Do they exist there? Like, genuine question. Because there was something, what was it that we were talking about? And you're like, oh yeah, they tried to establish something here and then we pushed them out. Was it like Starbucks or something that like you had one open, or maybe it was like Walmart or something like that, that they opened one store and then Norway was like, hey, you disgusting capitalist shitbag. And they were like, oh God, no, not fair treatment to our workers. Oh God. And then they left. I don't remember which store it was though. Oh, Amazon. Aha, okay. How dare you? Number 3 is Potionomics. Now, I had a hard time deciding of whether I wanted to put Potionomics on this list or if I just wanted to put it on the good list. It ended up on the memorable list. Potionomics is basically if you took Slay the Spire and a dating sim and put them together. It's really what it is. Especially now that I have actually played Slay the Spire. I hadn't played Slay the Spire before Potionomics, and I'm talking about the mechanics. And friends that have played Slay the Spire, they're like, that sounds like Slay the Spire. And I'm like, oh, really? Played it. Yeah. If you like Slay the Spire, go play Potionomics. It's really cute. It's got really beautiful animations, and the animations give the game an entertainment factor, because I don't know where these people came from, but they have such good facial animations. The characters' animations and their facial animations, they're kind of cartoony, but they're done in such a way that even though there's no voice acting, you can feel what the character is feeling. It's really impressive. The game is super addictive, much the way that Slay the Spire is. It's got really sweet characters, and there's a lot of really memorable interactions between these characters. I do think the game needs some updates. They've already been working on some of these updates, but if you compare it to a game like Stardew Valley, because your goal here is to open a potion shop, brew potions, make friends, pay off a debt, win these competitions and stuff. But once you finish all that, the game literally ends. Roll credits, you don't get to keep playing. Whereas games like Stardew Valley, you're able to just, like, if you want to just keep playing, you can. You know, we'll have new, based on the calendar, there might be a new event or whatever. But nope, game ends. It doesn't have an endless mode, which is very, very strange. And there's some other just quality of life stuff. It's got a couple of small bugs here and there, some things that would make the game run a little bit smoother. Things like filters, and they have added those at the point of recording this to where it's easier to find the ingredients you need. And I think that they even have potential in this game for DLC, because there's room for more characters or more potions or more missions and stuff. But in terms of like Visceral Games, it's their first release, and it's such a brilliant presentation, and I really, really loved it a lot to where I couldn't put it down, and it's something that I will treasure for a very long time moving forward. We have had Starbucks for years. We only had one, and it was at the airport. Oh. We haven't had? Could have been either one. Was it Norway that will basically pay your normal salary if you're out while sick? And when asked, they're like, well, they're sick, so they should stay home and get better. And then when they ask why they still pay them while they're not here, they're like, why wouldn't we? It's one of those European countries up there that just does shit because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, Norway has been voted in the top 3 of, like, best places to live in the world, like, since they started doing those votes. And Norway does a lot of things that are good on a social structure. They definitely have their own problems. Eve has shared a lot of them here in chat. We've talked about them multiple times, the different things that they do have issues with. It's not a perfect place. There's no such thing as a perfect place. They do have some social issues, but they don't have some of the base, like, caretaking and rights issues that we have, like, in the United States and in similarly structured countries, to where, like, you know, they're arguing about things of, like, should we build this bridge? Should we spend all this money to build this bridge? Instead of things like, do people deserve food? Like, they get to have a debate over those types of things instead of debating on whether humans deserve life or not. Imagine. Number 2 is Greece. And now, Greece is not the most technical of games. It's actually ultimately a fairly simple puzzle platformer, okay? It's not doing anything special or revolutionary in the idea of game design or basic gameplay. But there's a few things that Greece does that will make it just be a game that I will hold on to probably forever. One, it's beautiful. It's got stunning visuals. It's got beautiful art. It's got a lovely soundtrack. But the thing that I need to talk about is something that I will need to talk very vaguely about, and that is the ending, okay? There are not any spoken words in Greece. There's not even text on the screen. There's no communication. It is all done through visuals in the game. And when you go into the ending, you kind of have some of these questions that exist because of the vague art presentation that is the game. But with no details and no words in the game, only art, visual, and music, when we got to the ending, I couldn't stop crying. Like, I just started crying. It was such a beautiful presentation and was so impactful, so strong, so emotional, despite it not having any story structure that wasn't presented to you essentially as a painting. I became so overwhelmed with emotion. I cried, and then I thought I got better, and then I cried again. And then as I thought back on what we had just played, I cried again. I was so overwhelmed. I'm okay with the experience. And while I do think that it's a short game, you're looking at maybe like 5 to 7 hours depending on how it goes along. But it is such a memorable experience. And I can't guarantee you'll have the same reaction I did. I'm an emotional bitch, okay? It's not difficult to make me cry. But the fact that without having, you know, characters talking about things or somebody crying out about how they lost a loved one or something like, you know, without the story structure to pull on your heartstrings, being able to do through just visuals and music, bring out unstoppable tears is something that I continuously think back on about just how incredible that was. And I don't think anything will ever match it in that specific way. It's hard to talk about. Damn. Jeez. I was picturing everything in my head. I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm fine. God. All right. I know almost any country not named United States or Canada has paid sick days. Yeah, we suck. Yay. One of the bigger debates was for environment having a boat crossing a channel or destroy nature by making certain villages and towns more connected by having an actual main road go past them. See, like, that's a fine debate to have. There are pros and cons to both of those, right? Like, it's like that's a legitimate conversation to be had about how you should approach that. I 100% why that was like a big debate across the country and on a political level. But that's a fine conversation to have compared to the conversation we're having about like, should poor people be allowed to vote? I don't know. I don't know if we can trust them poor people. Fuck. Speaking of dystopian shit, all right, our number one most memorable game of 2022 is Disco Elysium. Now, Disco Elysium came out in 2019, but I didn't get around to playing it until this year, and I played it on the Steam Deck. Now, real quick, before we talk about the game, we got to touch real quick on the drama surrounding this game. So, Disco Elysium was developed by Zaum, Z-A-U-M. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've never actually heard anyone pronounce it. Anyway, so after the success of Disco Elysium, it won all these awards and still sold a whole bunch of copies and stuff. The game and the studio kind of blew up because of its success. There was supposedly going to be a TV series set around it. The studio that made it originally, they got bought out, but the original writers and lead developers and stuff were still working on the project. They're supposedly working on the next game that was going to follow up Disco Elysium. We don't know if that's Disco Elysium 2 or something else or whatever, right? But then out of nowhere, the lead writers and lead developers put out a notice on Medium, a big article that's like, hey, we got fired out of nowhere. And we found all these signs of fraud, that the company was bought fraudulently by this dude who's already been found guilty of fraud before. And we think that's bullshit, and we just wanted to let everyone know. And it's really ironic because the game has a kind of like a capitalist dystopian setting, right? So it was like, wow, the game that was, it's kind of like what's happening with Final Fantasy VII, where Square Enix is like, what if we just sold a bunch of NFTs for Final Fantasy VII? It's like, did you even play your own game? Shit, man. All Final Fantasy VII's all talking about the evil capitalist culture and how it's destroying nature, and here you are, Square Enix. And then, right, we got the same thing going on with Zaum and Disco Elysium, of the company being bought under illicit means and all of these legal battles that's going on and these crazy things that are happening. But we'll see what happens with all of that. But when it comes to the game, Disco Elysium is unlike anything else that I've played. On its surface, it feels like a computer RPG. We're talking about things like Baldur's Gate or Torment or something, or even like Shadowrun, but it's not. It's not like those. It's a very unique game with a unique world and a unique story with a unique mechanics. It's got such a brilliant writing style that has a strong structure in a foundation of understanding people, how people work, how people behave, how mental illnesses affect people, how somebody with mental illness thinks, and what those types of thoughts that go through their head, the way that intrusive thoughts can come and go, and the depth that those things can lead a person to, and even just the depths of having a conversation inside your own mind, and how having those types of things happen around you and affect you, what that will mean in terms of your story progression. It's got a beautiful visual style. So much of it is voice acted. It's such a brilliant creation. And it doesn't surprise me at all that this game won a ton of awards, because when you just look at stills of this game, you're like, I don't know, it looks neat. But until you've played it, and you really just need to play it. And it's not one of those games or experiences where I'm like, oh yeah, once you get 10 hours in, it'll make sense. No, from the very first hour, you will understand that this game is different, because there is nothing that comes close to Disco Elysium. And it's really tragic that due to this drama, we might never see anything from these developers and writers in this same fashion again, because this truly is one of not just the most memorable gaming experiences of 2022, but one of the most memorable gaming experiences ever. Can't stand dialogue for the sake of dialogue. Yeah. American versions of Ghibli films. Yeah, no kidding. We can't let there be silence there. Still blows my mind that your people in prison aren't allowed to vote. Dude, our incarceration system is fucked. Oh, God. All right. The fact that we have for-profit prisons sounds like that should be illegal on a world scale. Like, just like there should be like the World Organization of Earth should just be like, you know, profiting off of people in prison should be illegal. I heard this was very similar to Torment. It is like Torment or Baldur's Gate or Shadowrun and stuff. Those are good games to use as a comparison, right? Like those are good games to use to compare to, like, set an idea of like what you should expect going into Disco Elysium. But Disco Elysium is still different from those games. Oh yeah, and corporations have a vote because they're technically people. That's not quite how it works, but yeah. See you in a moment, El Cadeniano. And with that, that closes out our most memorable games of 2022. Did you agree with me? Did you disagree with me? I didn't play every game that came out this year. I didn't play some of the major ones that you probably saw winning things at the Game Awards. I still haven't touched Elden Ring. I haven't gotten around to God of War Ragnarok yet. But these are the games that I got to play, some of them anyway, that I got to play this year that, for the reasons that we just talked about, will stick with me, and I will remember them, and I'll use them as comparisons in the future against other games that I play. So what were some of your most memorable games of 2022? They don't got to be from this year. Not all of mine were. Put them down in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we got a lot of channels in there. We can discuss these games. We can discuss other games. We got a channel dedicated to our reactions that we do if you wanted to place things in there for us to check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. Next week, we'll be talking about the ugliest games I played in 2022. So if you do come back to the YouTube channel to catch that video or any of the others, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. For-profit prison system, for-profit healthcare, health insurance, for-profit mental health. Yeah. You can basically get trapped in a mental health facility because they can profit from you. It's true. I have had friends that has happened to. That they weren't able to, they weren't allowed to leave, and they kept creating new reasons why they weren't allowed to leave because they wanted to profit off of them. I need to change shirts. All right, I'll be right back. Thanks. Okay. They'll just pull shit straight out their ass and be like, nope, you can't leave until you're unprofitable. But you admitted yourself, so. Yeah. A lot of things suck. But we're the greatest country in the world! Right? Alright. Oh, wait. We get to do YouTube swans and stuff on these ones. Put in your YouTube swans, your high swans, your pog swans, your re-swans, or whatever emote fits your fancy. It doesn't got to be from my channel. It can be from any channel. Say hi to the new YouTube video. And we'll get started. Ooh. 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 Crickety crack. Ooh. Whew. All right. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are taking a look at Infinite Guitars. This game comes out in just a couple of days, or actually when you're watching this, it probably came out today. But Infinite Guitars as a concept sounds very interesting. We only have 2 trailers, and unfortunately there's not a trailer that's out when we're recording this on the 11th, so if they had a launch trailer, I unfortunately do not have it. But this is a turn-based rhythm RPG, which are not things that I thought would be combined in a game genre, because like I like turn-based games, right? I like turn-based RPGs, things like old school Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or whatever. Pick your take whatever fits your fancy. And I like rhythm games. I played Guitar Hero. I played Audica or Beat Saber on VR. I played Rock Band. I've played Step Mania. I played whatever Harmonix's game was before Rock Band that was on the PlayStation 2 that you had to use a controller to do all the rhythm stuff on. Like I played those. But I've never really thought about trying to combine those two in a way that made sense. We'll see if they show us what that means in this circumstance, but this is Infinite Guitars. Okay. It does not look like Crypt of the Necrodancer at all. You are correct. So it largely plays like a normal RPG from what I can tell, okay? There are some like active dodging mechanics that we saw at some point in here where they were dodging like some AoE attacks, kind of like a Soulsian game. If I can find it, I cannot. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Where they're dodging in this area here. But the way that it works is that if I can find one of these sections where they're playing. So they're playing here, right? No, here we go. Up here at the top, we can see that 81% def punch, which might be defense punch or whatever, or if we look earlier on, this character is using heavy laser. So you choose your attack, and then the strength of your attack is determined by how well you do at the rhythm section. So they had 86% completion or 86% accuracy, and then after they finish the riff, it goes into the actual attack. That's what's happening here, which is a really interesting prospect. Now, it does make me sad that it's a pretty simple rhythm system. You got up, left, and right, so you're probably just using your arrow keys, just up, left, and right, so it's easy to do with your 3 fingers or even with like face buttons or something on a controller. But the thing is, could you imagine if this was tried to be made during the height of rhythm games, like during the Guitar Hero Rock Band era, like right around Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band 2, like that time frame where you could have this adventure RPG, but you're playing your your electronic instruments to do these attacks rather than just doing it on a keyboard. Man, what a missed opportunity, and an opportunity we will likely never see. So that was the initial announcement trailer. This is just a teaser trailer from the future of play, but we'll check it out anyway. Doesn't look like there's really anything new in here. It is only going to be on Steam. That's just a note. Well, it's also being published by Humble Games, so you'll probably be able to do it through the Humble Games launcher or whatever it is. So I'm wondering how it works with the horizontal rhythm part instead of the top to bottom scrolling, like how it feels to play. I don't know. So like a short music riff for every attack you do? Yeah. At least that's the way that the vibe and understanding I'm getting from it. Obviously, I could be wrong. That's just what it feels like is being communicated through these trailers. But as a concept, I think it's really cute and adorable. I like the idea of it. Does it have a price yet? It does not. Its release date actually isn't on Steam, but it does say, if you look it up, that it's supposed to release on December 13th. I guess there's a chance that could be wrong, or maybe they just haven't updated their Steam page. But regardless, so that is Infinite Guitars. A cute concept. I do like we've been seeing these like really high quality smaller projects coming out from Humble Games as a developer. We're talking about games like Moonscars, Ghost Song, and Signalis, and it looks like the most newest of them is going to be Infinite Guitars. All of these games have had a lot of quality to them, and so Infinite Guitars will likely be in that same stage when it comes to how good of a game it is, whether it's your style or vibe, or whether it's not very long, or always different categories to be discussed and considered. But I bet this game is probably going to be a pretty damn good presentation if it fits your genre of games that you are interested in. Let me know what your thoughts are on Infinite Guitars. Please put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of a Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, 1 minute on the battle, y'all. Check that out. Speaking of Rick and Morty, I should have fucking worn that for the High on Live video. I have a Rick and Morty hat right over there. Need to reload the overlay. I don't know why this little thing breaks the way that it does. F? Don't be like this. Is it working? It caught up? Okay. My bitrate still says it's red. Let me see what the actual number is. Oh yeah, that's a not a great number. It's probably from the snowstorm. It's not a terrible number. It's sitting around like 3,500. But it's not even a stable 3,500. Might want to look at the upload speed. I mean, there's not even a guarantee that the download speed is good. Why is this zoomed in as much as it is? There we go. Well, download. Well, the download, the download was good. The upload wasn't what it should be. It's supposed to be about 3 times this. Well, I'm sure if I called the ISP right now, they'd just be like, "Oh, there's a snowstorm." Yeah, well. We'll just make this last. And we'll do these last 2 videos and then get the fuck out of here before it gets any worse. It appears to be getting worse. I believe you. Well, put in your emotes, and we will, like I said, we'll try and rock this out and get out of here before it gets too much worse. Oh. I put that trailer in twice. Of course, this has to be one of the one where there's a million freaking trailers. All right, here we go. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are taking a look at Synced. Now, you might have also seen this called Synced Off Planet, but in their recent marketing, they have dropped that underline, that second title, Off Planet, and now it is just called Synced. Now, this if we look at their Steam page, it says it is a realistic team-based looter shooter. It's also tagged with robots, which is very descriptive. So when I think of looter shooter, I think of Borderlands is probably the most evident of those. Team-based makes me think maybe it's something more along the lines of, you know, think like Back 4 Blood, where you're working together, rather than Borderlands, which is definitely like a story-based game, or even like a PvP style game. We'll see what it actually has in store for us. We have a lot of trailers. If you look in the description, I've put more trailers down there because they had like a 40-minute showcase at Gamescom in like 2020. We're not watching that here, but if you want to watch it, I'll put it down in the description below, along with all the other trailers that we have here. So we're going to actually go all the way back to Gamescom of 2019, August of 2019, for the first. This is just a cinematic reveal, but we'll see how it sets the playing field. There's a spider, look out! Oh, I think you have other problems, actually, beyond the spider. Nathan Drake, is that you? Hi. Sorry, I needed a place to hide. I guess we're friends now. Oh. Listen to Nathan Drake, it's okay. He's got the power of luck on his side. Good chop. Oh, that was a loud noise, though. I guess they already know you're there. Why did that explode? Oh, shit! Oh, good job. You know, I understand the cinematic trailers don't show gameplay, but at least this one's cool. Some cinematic trailers fucking suck. And I at least get the general idea of what this game might be trying to be. Huh, okay. Yeah, see, there's that old old title of Synced Off Planning. So this is the official gameplay reveal. This is also from Gamescom of 2019. Mind you, this is 3 years ago in his first look. It actually doesn't look that bad for a first look gameplay from 3 years ago. That's a horde. They were able to, like, reprogram some of them to fight the other ones. Okay. Interesting UI. Definitely some horde shooter vibes, like Back 4 Blood or Left 4 Dead. Or even World War Z. I love third-person shooters. Those look sick. This just looks like it would be fun. Makes me really curious what the more recent trailers look like, because again, this is from August of 2019. There's been 3 years of work since this trailer. This whole situation could be solved with a few EMPs. No, because they're cybernetic organisms. Because they're robots that infected people or something. I don't know. All right, so this is the official story trailer. This is from August of 2021. Outside of that 40-minute Gamescom 2020 video that I said we're not watching, there wasn't a whole lot of communication on the game.
Revolutionary implant that bridged biological.
What was it called?
The Morpheus chip.
Okay.
A revolutionary implant that bridged biological and digital. Soon they found a way to rearrange matter, but it went wrong. We were surrounded by nanos, and they turned on us. Billions of lives lost, the world we knew, over. But we found a way to sync with nanos. To control them. Now the remaining survivors are
You're a friend, right?
Those of us left are trying to get on shuttles headed for the only safe place. Off-planet. And the tech that almost destroyed us might just save us.
Well, that's why they were calling it off-planet. I wonder if they dropped that idea, or if it just wasn't as important to the game anymore. All right, so this is from, again, a year ago, December, and this is Meet the Nanos. No joke, reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Survive in certain aspects.
I'm gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, that was cool. Crusher. Specialty. Welcoming committee. Good job. The enemies are getting a lot less human and becoming more humanoid. Like, they look more robot rather than robot-infested humans. Seer. Specialty. Pest control. Guardian. Specialty. Attitude adjustment. Hi. Suppressor. Specialty. Constructive criticism. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Eve. It's got an interesting difference focus between PvP and PvE, and there looks like they're definitely going for elements of both, which raises questions about like the actual gameplay loop. So this is the Tokyo Game Show gameplay trailer from September of this year. So this is only 3 months ago. There are a lot of effects going on. That was difficult to... Oh, okay, there's more. I was like, that was difficult to interpret. So we got some shields and some life bars, kind of like Evil Dead or 40K Darktide. There's a way to get bars of shield in. There's a lot of PvE that I'm seeing, but we haven't seen to what scale the PvP is. This is all PvE so far. It's really interesting that it's a third-person camera perspective, but every single weapon, including the bow, goes into a first-person aim-down sights. Really odd choice. I'm not sure why you went with that choice. Again, this is all just PvE. They're fighting a boss right now. Haven't seen any indication of opposing players. Maybe different game modes. Now it looks a lot more like Marauder. Or maybe like Outriders. Is that the name of that Square Enix title? And now it's just called Synced. Alright. So we still got some more. 12 days ago, November 29th, is the open beta reveal trailer.
Welcome to Synced, an online rogue looter set in the aftermath of a technological cataclysm.
Rogue looter? What?
Nanite machines, once the promise of the future, turned on humanity, twisting the countless dead into mechanized beasts called nanos. Only the wealthy few managed to escape to a sanctuary in the sky. For those left behind, they have no choice but to regroup and fight for survival in the nano-infested wilds. Key to that survival is a precious nano byproduct called Nerva. Without it, humanity would crumble. Ground zero of this fight lies inside a sealed-off zone forbidden to the world. Known as the Meridian, it calls to the best of the best. That's where you come in. You're a runner, a mercenary who's come to answer the call. Choose your runner from a mixed band of heroes from across the globe. Each one brings their own set of perks and skills.
You cannot hide from me.
Deadcut is the gambler, an expert with incendiaries. Doc Stone brings his healing talents to the fight, making him an essential
Dr.
ally
Stone.
on the battlefield. With your runner at the ready, you'll take on the
Wait, what'd that say?
ally on the battlefield. With your
PvE
runner at
dead
the ready,
sectors.
You'll take on the nano-infested dead sectors of the Meridian in PvE rogue loot gameplay. And you won't be alone. You'll team
Rogue
up in
loot is
squads
still a
of 3
weird
players.
term.
But you gotta
Term.
be ready. No single run is like the last. You'll face threats of all variety, from your basic pack nanos to mutated Legion nanos fused with military-grade weapons. Then there's the deadly primes.
He's
These
got a
big
gun.
guns offer you a chance to even the odds. As a runner, you can subdue the primes and sync with them, turning these beasts into your personalized weapon against the Scourge.
Feels
They can
really
be
dangerous.
programmed to serve you as a guardian, a crusher, a suppressor, or the
They're
deep
cool looking,
scanning
though.
seer. There's a variety of ways to improve your odds. Power up on the fly using the many abandoned mod exchanges you'll encounter. From orbiters that stun your enemies, to powerful knockbacks, to explosive drops every time you down a nano.
Oh,
Mods will allow
oh,
you
look
to
at
gain
those
extra
dopamine as loot just flies out of their bodies.
including the mighty
I love Destiny. I love Diablo.
These rogue mods are powerful during a match, but you can also find permanent mods out there. Keep an eye out for fresh objectives that present themselves. Complete them and grab your loot. These permanent mods will be invaluable on future runs. Meridian runs aren't easy, but win or lose, you'll earn enough Nerva and loot to prep for the next. After every match, you'll return to the safety of Haven, a downed research vessel that's been repurposed as your forward base. Here is your opportunity to spend your Nerva and customize your runner equipment with an assortment of weapons. You can unlock your mod loot and tune your runner to match your playstyle, creating a powerful synergy with your squad. For players wishing to test their skills against other runners, we've got specialized PvP Nerva runs. Opportunities to maximize your haul, but the competition among rival runners is fierce and deadly.
Okay, so it is 2 different game modes.
Face off against rival teams in a race for harvesting hotspots. These rare
You don't
locations
have to do
offer
the PvP
richest
if you don't
pools
want
of
to.
Nerva, but only one team can secure the site. You'll have to battle it out to earn your reward. Only the best runners will make it out victorious and atop the leaderboards. To win this war against the Nano Scourge, you need to be at your best. Every run is a battle.
That's a good
Power
choice.
Up, loot, and upgrade. That's the key. Get ready, runner. The journey is only beginning.
Okay. And yeah, the open beta is open right now. It runs until January 15th. So if you want to try it, you still have plenty of time to try it. You want to play, bring you along? Okay, Eve. Okay, so this is another, we still have 2 more trailers to go. This is another open beta reveal trailer. That one, wait, are these the same? No, this one's longer. Wait, these are from different channels. This is from the actual thing. I bet this is, I'm just looking at the scan. This looks like a shorter version of what we just watched. Okay, and then this is from 2 days ago. Welcome to the Synced Open Beta.
Hello everyone, my name is Clark Young, Creative Director and Producer at Next Studios,
Hello.
developer of Synced. I am super excited to welcome players to the Synced Open Beta. Synced is a brand new team-based rogue looter featuring unique nano companion tactical gameplay. During the gameplay, you can weaponize your enemy, tame and synchronize it, and to have your different companion classes fight for humanity's survival. With both PvE and PvP game modes available, players can choose their preferred playstyle and set off
Such
into
a smart
an
choice.
explosion zone called the Meridian, overrun with deadly nanos. We've been developing Synced for the last 4 years at Next Studios. Throughout
Only
that time,
4 years,
our
huh?
focus has always been on creating
You
new
showed this off in
and unique
2019. That means you had already been working on it only for a year at that point?
On top of that, we also believe in replayability with great gameplay depth, which inspires players just like you. With team-based roguelite gameplay, where every match offers the opportunity to unlock powerful upgrades on the fly, as well as rewarding loot you can bring back home to power up your runners for your next run. Every run will be challenging, and every run will be different. We want to build the best game possible for our players, so it's critical that we listen to and act on the feedbacks of our community regarding all aspects of Synced experience. Community feedbacks is the core of how we develop this game, and this is why we have decided to run an extended open beta over this.
Yeah, it's a long beta. It's like 5
we're
weeks. That's a
delighted to
long
offer you
freaking
an
open beta.
extensive look at the game from December 10th to January 15th. You will be able to jump in, choose a runner you like, and engage in exciting PvE and PvP actions. There will be that sector to conquer in our PvE mode, where teams of 3 runners fight through nano-infested wastelands called the Meridian, gathering loot and facing off against epic boss battles. Meanwhile, PvP mode Nerva Run will offer the unique tactical gameplay to battle other teams. The team with most Nerva will win. Use your companion nano tactically. Fight alongside with your teammates, collect as much loot as possible, complete challenges, and to win the battle against your rival. And as always, we're eager to hear from you, to listen to your feedback. What works, what doesn't, what do you love, and what do you wish us to do differently? Head over to our Discord and get involved in the conversation. We'll be running regular events with great in-game rewards, so don't miss out. From all of us here at Next, we hope you enjoy the game, suit up runner, and see you in Synced.
Neat. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to check real quick. So you can request access to the open beta. I imagine with the way that they're describing this game, it's probably going to be free to play on release. Let's see how the open beta is going. Synced. Hello? Synced open beta. Last update was 12 minutes ago. There are 2,800 people playing. That's actually not that bad. Oh wait, no. There's 1,000 people playing. There was 2,800 people playing in the last 24 hours. It's late for most of the world right now. So, well, That's not an accurate statement. Anyway, regardless, it's late for America, and it's getting 2 hours where people will be playing in Western Europe. So with that in mind, especially because I haven't seen a whole lot of communication about this game, like, not really. Like, the only reason I found it is because I was looking for games that were coming out in the upcoming week. Not too bad, really, for a game that I haven't seen a whole lot. They have a shitload of marketing. There's so many trailers here, but that said, I also, like, I haven't been taking note of this game. So that's synced. It's got a lot going for it. It doesn't look special in terms of like it's doing something new or outside the box, but it looks like it could be fun. And like we mentioned earlier, you know, dopamine hits from a bunch of loot popping out of enemies. Sweet, I'm here for it. I'm definitely probably going to request access, give it a try. Might as well, right? It's got an open beta that you can jump into. It also gives you a chance to provide them that feedback, because if there is something that feels particularly bad, if they're trying to claim that they're going to listen to feedback, then hopefully that means that unless it's something that is a niche issue that you have on your own, that it will be something that'll be addressed. Don't have an idea of when it's actually going to launch, since it's got an open beta going until January 15th. They might be looking to hopefully only have to make small updates and then be able to launch the game shortly after that, but I don't know if we will really have any idea on that. I mean, they might take the feedback and be like, all right, see you in a year. So yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, that's synced. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have already played in the open beta, how have you found it? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, 2 great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If I do see you in one of those other videos, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you, and enjoy. All right. Time for the last one, everybody. How much time do we have left on that battle? That was a longer one, so 3 minutes. We will run that battle. Since I do have a couple of minutes, I'll get these next trailers pulled up. I'm surprised today was saved after that disastrous high on life. Wow, that was so bad, wasn't it? Like, who was that bad? My lord, was that atrocious. Need to tap out early. Have to wake up early tomorrow. Take it easy, El Canadiano. Thank you so much for being here, placing units, chatting it up, being awesome. Go get some good rest. We will see you next time. We're going to start this battle. Elmer, what are you doing here? We blocked that out of our Mars from emotional damage. No kidding. Good lord. It was so bad. It was so bad. This poor armored guy down here is stuck. No! Careful with the dinos! Athena, with your necromancer, block for us! Ow! Ow! Good job, skeletons! Eat the bullets! Ow! Throw AP-10! Yes, Skellies, go! Go, Skellies, distract the— oh, nice, it worked. Good job, Skellies. I'm so proud of you. Elmer survived! All right, we got one Berserker and one Paladin going to El Canadiano and Athena Latina. I'm going to close that. And we will get started on this last one. I realized I didn't grab the title card. This is a much cooler title card. We'll use that one, I think. Yeah, we'll use that one. All right. Here we go. Last one, everybody. Put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your Re-swans, or whatever emote fits your fancy. My back, it screeches. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan. I'm the nerd in a snapback, and today we are taking a look at Blacktail. Now, Blacktail is a action RPG set in I don't know which mythos, but my understanding it is an archery-focused game. I don't know much else beyond that. That's what we're here to find out. But that alone is a very interesting prospect because there's plenty of games that have bows in them, but that's not normally the basis of how the game is meant to be played and approached, right? Like, that's not the whole idea of it. So let's find out. This is the official reveal trailer from the Summer of Gaming 2021. So we're talking June-ish last year.
In the woods. She has a crooked nose with a yucky wart. It's just the long grey hair that makes her look old, but she's pretty young actually. She owns a black kitty. She built herself a shelter out of wood and pieces of old cloth. I think it was standing on a chicken leg. It's made of gingerbread chocolate candy and a lot of icing. Or bones. She cooks in a big black cauldron over the fire. Probably bats. Spiders. Mushrooms. She can always smell a child when it's close. You want to know if all of that was real? Well, even if it wasn't before, it certainly is now.
Well, that was adorable.
Am I seeing things? Or did she have a hunting bow?
Wow, okay. Only archery kind of focused game I can remember is Horizon. And even then, there was other stuff that you were doing, right? Children are making it creepy, though. Well, children have quite the imagination. So this is the first preview of Blacktail. This is from December of 2021, so right around a year ago. This is an IGN preview, so it's going to be very gameplay focused.
It's no secret that plenty of old fairy tales have a disturbing, creepy quality to them, but perhaps none more so than the old crone Baba Yaga, best known for living in a chicken-footed hut. With upcoming action-adventure survival
You
game
play as
Blacktail,
Baba Yaga?
developer of The Parasite aims to give a dark origin story to the fabled witch, and in my short time with it, I can attest to its uncomfortable levels of bizarre.
Oh shoot. A human girl.
And
Hi.
she's holding a bow. Not only is the world wonderfully other, with talking plants and sinister kittens, but the main character herself is a spellcasting archer with some truly unsettling darkness to her. Blacktail isn't even a horror game, strictly speaking, and yet I don't think I've ever been more alarmed by a character I myself was playing than in my short time as a 16-year-old witch.
I never wanted to harm anyone.
I still don't want to.
Creepy and cute, kind of like Little Nightmares.
Black Tail was
Fair.
filled
Yeah.
with evil mushrooms that taunted me, strange shadow cats with magical powers, and a rather rude voice in my head that seemed to want me to commit acts of unspeakable evil.
Don't you remember all the times I saved your ass before?
What do you...
Better get used to it.
But the most unnerving element of them all might have been my character herself. As a 16-year-old girl who's been accused of witchcraft and banished from her home, I wandered the woods to prove my innocence by doing a whole bunch of witchcraft. But was I actually some evil child to be feared and reviled? The answer was left up to me to decide as I performed ill or good deeds and allied myself with benevolent or evil woodland rascals to define my path.
All who dare to oppose the eternal empire of ants.
Some decisions were small, like whether or not to harm innocent animals in the woods or to help ones in need of assistance, while a more substantial decision involved choosing sides with opposing factions of anthropomorphic mushrooms that had divergent opinions on whether or not it's okay to murder people. My decisions influenced how characters in the world felt about me. The bloodthirsty mushrooms I ticked off certainly didn't make me feel comfortable in their neck of the woods, for example. In fact, having a reputation as a benevolent Wiccan cut me off from accepting quests from certain unscrupulous characters altogether. My good or evil alignment also had gameplay consequences, as being evil makes you better at combat, while being good makes Black Tail's survival game elements easier to manage. And though I wasn't able to progress enough in this demo to unlock many of them, my status as a certified compassionate witch also gave me access to skills I wouldn't have had access to if I'd given in to my darker instincts. Even if I was on my best behavior though, nothing could save me from the downright creepiness of Black Tail's otherworldly wilds. Filled with strange noises everywhere I turned, ghostly apparitions appearing and disappearing before me, and giant rabbit skull thingies all over the place, there was pretty much
Rabbit
no
skull
point in
thingies,
time
technical
where I
term.
felt at ease. Developer The Parasite has done a great job so far in creating a setting that is disturbingly out of this world, which is fitting for
It's a Soulsian
story
game,
centered
there's
around the
bonfires.
legendary witch Baba Yaga. Though my time with Black Tail was consistently disquieting, I'm looking forward to jumping back into my witch's boots and seeing how the origin story plays out. For more creepy worlds to explore, check out the first 13 minutes of Solar.
No, it's okay. Okay, so now we're going to jump forward to August of this year for A Witch's Fate, the Gamescom 2022 trailer. One only wants to murder on Monday, the other says the weekend is good. Very Wonderland-esque? Yeah.
Once upon a time, there were two twin sisters. Zora
Look at that fidelity
and
change.
Yaga.
You got it all wrong. Once upon a time, there was a freak with no face.
Stop it!
You can't hide from Baba, princess. How much longer you want to be a nobody?
I just need to find the red oak.
What you really want to find is the hut.
Wow. The amount of graphical quality upgrade from a year ago to now. Holy Lord.
Not bad. You kill it again.
If anything bad happens, always head straight to the red oak.
That trailer was sick. All right. We still have 2 more trailers, by the way. Still got 2 more. So we have the gameplay overview trailer and the Forest Awaits trailer. So this is the gameplay overview from a month ago now, November of 2022.
This is where legends begin. Deep in the woods, every choice matters. And when living memories of your past return as foul spirit, it's up to you to track them down and unravel your own mystery. Welcome to Black Tail. A one-of-a-kind blend of intense archery, combat, magic, and dark storytelling, set in a vibrant fairy tale world inspired by Slavic myths. Discover Yaga's story and guide her to become either the fearsome guardian of the forest or the dark legend that haunts children's nightmares. Folks say you've always been different, not to be trusted. A freak, a child found in the woods who may be cursed, with a face that's best kept hidden behind a wooden mask. Your beloved sister Zora was the only one ever to care for you, protecting you from the others. Until the day she mysteriously went missing, leaving you alone against the angry mob. And there you are, guided by an ominous voice sitting in the back of your head. Cast away in a journey to find your sister and uncover the truth in a beautiful yet unforgiving world. You may be alone, but you're not defenseless.
And stay there.
You reap what you sow.
Explore and gather materials in the wild to craft deadly
Fishing
types and a variety of potions that enhance your skills.
It's important.
With dashing, using elements of the environment to your advantage, and hexes to unleash your true potential against ominous creatures and thrilling boss fights. As you roam this surreal world,
What is that?
you'll also find secrets, forgotten memories, lost recipes, and of course, many bizarre and talkative creatures to interact with.
Show me the way to the human settlement.
It's up to you to choose to help them, or not.
There will be no alliance between us.
But remember, your choices truly matter in Blacktail, and significantly impact both the world and your gameplay experience. It's up to
I saw a
you
dodge.
to bring either mayhem or tranquility to these morally ambiguous lands. So, will you be the good or the evil witch?
I wonder if,
Where there is light,
as you make evil decisions, if
there must be shadow.
Baba starts to get louder or even
The
takes
darker the
over.
night, the brighter the stars.
Yaga's fate rests in your hands when Blacktail releases December 15th on PlayStation 5.
It's also available on Xbox and Steam, by the way. This is just all trailers from the PlayStation account, so it's not surprising that they're like, buy it on PlayStation! All right, this is the last one we have. This is mostly a teaser called The Forest Awaits from basically a week ago.
Once upon a time, there was a freak with no face. You can't
Lots of different
hide
environments.
from Baba, princess. How much longer you want to be a nobody?
Stop it!
How far will you go when she's not around? I knew you'd come.
Interesting. Okay, so Blacktail, it's available on Steam at least for $30 at base price. It is currently 20% off for $24. I'm assuming it would be relatively the same price on other platforms. I tried to check how much it was for consoles. It doesn't say. I'm guessing it's 30, but sometimes consoles have a increase in price, so maybe it's 35 or even $40 on consoles, but that gives you an idea of what you're looking at if that is something that you're interested in. It is available on Xbox, but it is not available through Game Pass. So just to be aware that you won't be able to get it as part of your Game Pass subscription, but you can still play it on Xbox platforms. But you will actually have to purchase a copy of the game. So that's Blacktail. I didn't know what I thought about going into it, but that is really cool. I like that a lot. I think that looks like a really, really cool experience, and I want to play it, and I'm probably going to play it. Got to figure out when I'm going to play it, but I definitely want, that needs to go on the list of like, this is a game that we are going to play. All right, so that's Blacktail. That was really cool. That was nothing like what I expected when I read the description of a archery-focused story adventure game. I was like, that could mean so many things, but no, that was really, really cool. That was beautiful. And especially, it's amazing how much the game visuals upgraded from those trailers from over a year ago to now. It was like, yeah, we got the concept down and now we need to actually finish polishing and stuff. Boy, did it polish up well. polished up really, really well. So that's Blacktail. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Well. Arriving just at the end, I see. Hi, Vanishar. I hope you're doing all right, friend. All right, we're done, everybody. We are donezo. That's it. That is 6 reactions and the most memorable games of 2022 done and recorded. Akin to Fable? Yeah. That was cool. That was super cool. Where are we going, everybody? Who's live right now? All right, everybody. So also, if we recorded the raw footage for our most memorable games of 2022, I didn't want to interrupt that I was here for a couple of trailers. Okay. I mean, no, you could have still said hi. I would have still welcomed you in. I have no problem doing that. That's part of the fact that we're doing these live is that is part of what happens. I do mute the alerts so that, you know, raids come through and stuff. We don't have that interruption, and I'll welcome the raid properly afterwards. But otherwise, I'm super happy to just still say hi even during the video. It's part of the structure of these. So we recorded the raw footage for our most memorable games of 2022 just now. But if you want to see our most forgettable games of 2022, there's a link to go check out that video. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I'd really appreciate any feedback that you have on it, as I'm trying to do these more videos and more unique styles that aren't just the reactions. Trying to figure out, you know, kind of how I feel about that, you know, feeling out the vibe of the style and everything. Those are my socials. Follow me on Twitter. Come join the Discord. Go check out the YouTube channel. If you want to catch up on past VODs, there's a YouTube channel dedicated to just the VODs. Where are we going? You know, well, we actually rated Barthulu very recently. They're playing Hades. Big Poppy Stevo is on. Who else is in the Stream Raiders category right now? Icon's on. What is it? Oh, they got their first new full skin. Does anyone, there's a charity stream from DJ Guardian. Christmas charity 24-hour skinathon event.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
And they are singing. You will go over there. I want to see the Forget video, but I want some comments on it before I rewatch it. Okay. All right. Athena already dropped in the raid message. Thank you, Athena. We are going to go raid DJ Guardian and give them some support on their Christmas charity skinathon event in Stream Raiders. And we should be live for a short bonus stream tomorrow. I don't know the exact time. It'll be either around like 5 p.m. Pacific time or around like 8 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to play the Forspoken demo on PlayStation 5 because that needs to happen. So, yeah. Either in like 24 hours or in like 20 hours-ish. So with that said, everybody, yeah. All right. Anything else? No. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be here on Tuesday for Crisis Core Reunion. That's what I was missing. All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support, hanging out with me while we make these videos, chatting it up, checking out some games. I appreciate all of you a lot, and I will see you most likely tomorrow unless circumstances change, or on Tuesday. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye, Vandashar. Have a good night. Good night, Eve. See you later, Athena. You're all great.
Schwan, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for that raid.